here that really does lean in favor of the Guild Eagles. I think that the one game that they ended up losing was against Pera. Pretty close kind of showing as well, to be fair to them. Most of their wins, I should say, have been relatively dominant. So I'm definitely feeling good for the Guild Eagles. Moving into this one, Overpass a bit fresh for us. I think it will be our first Overpass cast, actually. We were just on the Anubis and on the Ancient for the first 2 days there. So that's kind of cool. Fresh map. And I'm a pretty big fan of Overpass. I think it's in a nice spot at the moment. Really does, it's CT-sided, sure, but it results in some pretty nice Counter-Strike. And we are not wasting any time getting into it now, as Panics has opened up in the first 20 seconds.
Looks like they want to go B here as well. Rigon on the swing, gets his head torn off his shoulders. Goody, nice work. USPS, falling in the same fate. Goody making this look so easy. sinnopsyy running part plan. A flawless round for aTTaX. They barely even are damaged in towards that pistol. That was so simple for the T side. Guild Eagles look a little bit asleep at the wheel in the early couple of moments there in that round. They had no real clue what hit them.
Yeah, look, man, I think when you're playing against Guild like this, it really is about the tone. It really is about the energy that you're able to bring from the minute go. If you let them get in and you're playing to their kind of tune and their aggression in particular, it can be very, very difficult to work around them because, as we've mentioned, they then have that back pocket sort of secret move, I guess, in the fact that they can play discipline, they can play safe. So you're constantly having to adapt and figure out what Guild Eagles are doing. But if you're the ones that are able to set the tone, I think that's where Guild Eagles can struggle. That's why we have them in the sort of, the major run, especially the couple that they've had, where they'll look good in the RMRs, they'll beat out a lot of the other competition. Sometimes they will catch a top team off, but then when it gets into the major itself, the pro teams are a bit more ready and they're able to go, okay, well, we have to play like the better team. We have to be strong against them, and that's where they can often fall a bit flat and unable to break through the ceiling, as it were. A little bit messy moving in towards B here, but ultimately should be aTTaX taking the round. Rigon does have an opportunity. A couple low HP players can't quite land the shots, though, and he will eventually get overwhelmed there. So, well recovered by aTTaX, losing a couple, not the end of the world. It was a force buy from Guild. Certainly a rarity these days on the CT side of things. Hard eco then from the Guild Eagles, as they do just pull out a few Deagles, going for a little boost play, trying to get some cheesy kills in places. But we'll see here. I think aTTaX are kind of wary, know there might be a stack somewhere. Just take their time in the start of the round.
Yeah, I think as well, that round was considerably closer than probably the aTTaX side hope for. You got awzek surviving 1 point of HP. The other couple being considerably low as well, kind of that 1 bullet death range. I think that round could have swung the other way, but the fact that it didn't now has left Guild Eagles in a little bit of a tough spot. I mean, of course, this round sort of amounts to nothing. Constellation kills would be great. Pick up a rifle, even better. Might not be given that luxury. However, aTTaX now starting to move in the direction of A, and there's 4 players stacked here. They've basically seen 0 information. They're expecting a gamble stack, and they're hoping that it's down towards B, but little do they know, it's here towards the top side.
sinnopsyy with a nice shot. Got to be careful here with this MAC-10 round the corner. There is some support of the AK just about getting it done, right? I think that Guild will still be pretty happy with a couple kills there, low investment, etc. But still, there's bits of pressure in places, isn't there? I don't think they will be quiet in this game. That is for damn sure. First buy coming through, though, Nao. This is where it should step up for Guild. We've got an early AWP board out for GXX as well. Also an early AWP for Panic. So both AWPers really wanting to jump on the big green.
I like the AWP pickup. I think, very early, but definitely a way to set the tone. And I think if you're someone like GXX who is can blow a little bit hot and cold at times, need to get his confidence up early. He's not done too bad so far, but take a start. Decent nade. Recon takes a tag. I'll make him at least a little bit more vulnerable towards that Galil in the hands of Freeze. Evious the fight, but Perks the first to fall. GXX plucks him off with the orb. Here's where the investment starts to find its worth. Get one more and he's more or less good in my books.
Out towards long. Ooh, not actually going to see the peak come round. This setup is pretty deadly. To be honest, I like it. Sinnopsyy is digging for information. Figures he should be able to hear an execute come over the top. GXX moving up and down. Heaven. Back of A site now. Starting to dedicate a bit more in towards A as they sense nothing on B. Alternate attack stuck for ideas for sure. Flash comes round. Pushes the AWP off the angle, I guess. But they're not really able to do much with it. Smoke going to come round towards bank by the looks of things. It is indeed. So where do we go from here? 30 seconds. They're not super dedicated in. They're starting to make moves, but, you know, they're quite far behind this utility. So you'd imagine there should be a clean rotation for Guild. GXX looking very, very good. Does eventually get dealt with, but he's done his job, man. That'll be the round. Dink lands onto Panics. 15 seconds. Not a chance. Can he even survive here? He's heard these footsteps, but a pre-fire from Rigon will deal with him. First rifle picked up by the CT side.
Three kills nice and early there for GXX. I think as well, when you look at the kind of the type of player he is, get that confidence under your belt early, and that's where you can start to see GXX do a lot of his best work. Those 3 kills, warranting the ult buy early. Also really limiting basically whatever aTTaX could do. Hope one plant, a lot to work with. It comes deep, actually does a fairly decent tag there as well. I think sinnopsyy was tempted to go up on high. The smoke bounced off the stair, so it left a little bit of a gap. Probably a less than adequate one. It's only Perks and a Tech 9 in towards Con here. And GXX posted. I get another crack at it as well. Molotov will come through. That'll probably force an engagement here. Smoke comes down. Perks just about avoiding it. It's going to get messy. Freeze on the swing. Goody's the one to confirm the kill.
GXX, oh, brilliant flash, but he's still somehow not only able to stay alive, but also take a kill with him. And some big spam damage there from sinnopsyy to just keep his teammate alive, make sure there's no chance of a trade. Really well played. Guild are looking good once the guns have come out. Alternate attacks again, back to the drawing board. This time with a lot less utility. Panics on the creep, just trying to contact around and hopefully catch somebody off guard. Spots a player on the corner, not able to find the frag. Aware of juanflatroo. Gets taken down, but he's created the space. I suppose that's maybe what they were after. GXX, though, man, he is everywhere right now. That's 5 kills in 2 rounds. And he's still got potential for more, of course. juanflatroo, patience pays off, and he will end the round. Guild looking very, very good all of a sudden.
The crosshair placement there was gorgeous as well. Playing out through long. So well done. And another round in which aTTaX can't get a bomb. I mean, yes, they get towards the site, but it's not good enough. Not in this situation. Now left them with limited funds, and we can start to see Guild Eagles tie the game up, which they'll do in towards this round. Most likely, you kind of assume so, but how momentum is starting to really shift in their favor. They can start to run away with things. You spoke about how CT side of this map can be. This is a prime example of where Guild Eagles can make it useful. GXX hearing all of these steps. He is out of there. Does not want to overphase, but misses a shot for another crack. Spotted him out. The rifle's doing all the damage, though. Thankfully, he should be okay.
Yeah, looking good. Indeed. All right, that's fair enough. Just kind of need something from alternate attacks here. It's been very flat since that 4th round. Maybe a timeout to come in. Yeah, no, this is a pretty important map. Their pick. Their ancient... I don't know, it's certainly workable, but I don't think it really can contest very well against what Guild Eagles are capable of on that map. So, best foot forward kind of energy Don't want to let Guild Eagles in super early, as we've talked about. Very, very difficult for them to work with.
Awful blind sinnopsyy, no clue. Great flash there. Free's going to make it a double, in fact, with the Galil. Already. Not too shabby. As the smoke starts to dissipate as well, that's a good opportunity for GXX, and he pounces. Good find. You need to fall. Double back towards the B side. He's the only B defender here as well, so GXX got to bob and weave, dance between the angles. He's timed as well. Surely as the smoke's faded and he spots no one, he's got to have expected a short tunnel push.
It's a weird little game state, to be honest. Freeze is deep. Are they going to try and rotate up? It looks like it, and, you know, the info is all off, to be honest. juanflatroo is obviously here at top of connector, and that's going to be enough. And then I was going to say Sinnopsyy's out on the site itself, so 2 players they had to get through. Couldn't make it through the first, unfortunately. Freeze does have time, he just doesn't have the HP. Flash comes over, confidence peak, and a 4K for Juan.
Gotta be said. Nicely done. I did think for a moment as well, Freeze is about to pull off a masterclass of a round. He gets the opening double with the Galil, and you're thinking, hang on, there's something to be had here. And he finds his way somehow through the gap in the defense on the A side. You're thinking maybe he can pounce from behind, but it's just that bomb falling. If the bomb doesn't drop into his connector, round's probably really on there for aTTaX. So it's small, fine margins that are costing the German side a lot of mileage right now. And of course, another round about that bomb plant is once again going to reaffirm this state that we've seen aTTaX in. No bomb plant, no money, no buy. So half buy is basically the most they can muster. Maybe in the hands of Freeze, he got a couple of kills. He is actually going to go for a hero AK. No. No, he opts against it. He opts against it. He was tempted. Oh no, he drops over to awzek. Yeah, Freeze does go for it. Drops over to awzek. He's just going to wheel the deagle. Yes, awzek's feeling it. So, Beckon's over. Molly airburst as well. So, it's going to give the T-side a little bit of room to work with towards mid.
Heck. I was going to say, surely not a chance. Big first frag from GXX. He takes all of the bite out of this round with that frag. Really playing well. Really playing well, this guy. You know, we talked about him when this team sort of first started making waves. Under different organizations and whatnot, right? Before they were even B&E. As like an X-Factor kind of player. He was always good in the clutch. In those crazier kind of rounds. But his consistency was a bit off. And that's certainly something that he has worked on over the years, I have to say. To work his way into that sort of turret AWPing, reliable AWPing kind of position. sinnopsyy tested. And he gets 2, to be fair. I think we're doing well enough here on the guild side. Deny this bomb plant here and we can be very happy. And I think that might just be it. Goodness me, Juan's even looking crisp, yeah. It's worrying. You've got 2 of the most important pieces of guild really playing well.
Yeah, gotta be said. I mean, you look at how things are starting to develop for the guild side. You got juanflatroo hitting shots like that. You got GXX, this fluid AWPing style. It's shotgun AWPing as they kind of like to use. It's working so well for him. You're not really seeing any weaknesses. The only weakness we really saw so far from guild was maybe a little bit of a slow start. They woke up very quickly indeed. aTTaX at the moment just do not seem to have idea how to stop them. Nade will come through. Auto takes a slight tag. Deals more damage, however, through the spam. So sinnopsyy take a bit of damage there. Rigon going to play around that smoking towards Monster. Has the support of the B players too. So the bomb, which is in the direction... Loose terms, well, it was in the direction of B. Actually now rotating back over towards A. Coming through mid. It's a great boost though. Panics. If he just peers his head round, he's a dead man.
He's playing patient, though. I don't think we're going to see him make a move for quite some time. Juan gets bored and moves off the angle, so a slower round. I think alternate aTTaX a pretty simple call into the start of this one. It's just kind of let's try and stay alive. You know, bait out some utility and then go for a simple execute in the late round. Decent nade there onto sinnopsyy. So softening players up is always nice. It's hard for me to even tell with all the information here. Are we going B? Are we going A? The alternate aTTaX are just waiting for God to give them a sign.
There it is. Panic's going to find GXX. That might be the sign to pounce, but time's ticking, boys. 20 seconds. Now or never. They can't pull off this B hit. They're going to be in trouble. The flash is good, but the sprays, not too bad either. Freeze on the trade. At least juanflatroo all alone. A 1v3. Not impossible. Ain't going to be easy.
Is he even going to give it a go, though? You know, they do have plenty of cash, but I think it might just be worth keeping him as a mule. He's obviously confident. He may well be asking, can I go for it? So we'll see if he's been given permission or not. I think at this point it's a bit half and half. He is saving. Yeah, I think if he'd gone forward past that point. But he's looking for the exits, you know, so he's happy to take fights, but he knows that the round itself is just not going to be winnable. AWP is out of the map. Not a chance of that being saved. And no frag's going to come round here in this 1v3 situation. So alternate aTTaX finally back on the board. And as I said, very simple call of let's just play a nice wide default. Try not to die as best you possibly can. And we'll take it when something comes our way. And as we mentioned, it was that GXX frag that made the difference there. So going to need a bit more of that from alternate aTTaX. However, a nice one to kick off what hopefully for them will be a streak.
Yeah, exactly that. I think for the alternate aTTaX side, we do need to see some consistency come out on the T side. 4 rounds isn't awful, in all fairness. On a map which is, like we were saying as we were coming in towards the series, one of the most, or actually the most C-sided maps statistically right now. 4 isn't terrible. 5 would be a little easier on the mental, it has to be said. Especially when you're up against a side like Guild Eagles. Anything that is a deficit, arguably, is not good enough. Because Guild Eagles can and will punish when given the opportunity. Through connector, though. Perk's just working this position. Not a lot offering up for him. At least for now. Don't have to worry all too much. sinnopsyy's got a bit of an off angle. The flash is good, but Goody spotted him. But somehow, full blind, sinnopsyy gets a kill before he's traded. Arguably, done more than enough. But it's still a quad stack towards B for Guild Eagles.
Panics. Contacting in, unable to find a head, but, you know, with the AWP still around, that does feign presence. They're throwing in nades. They've got deep A smokes coming around. The bomb does seem to be making its way towards A, but Guild Eagles really left in the dark right now. And I do believe sinnopsyy sticking downstairs. He is indeed, so 3-on-1 directly on the bomb side itself. They're taking the path via long. Smart. Nobody there. So this is a really great read from alternate aTTaX right now, and they might just get the drop on GXX in a moment or two. Flash round, that gives the game away a little, but you can see GXX just out in the open. Not a clue what was going on. They have absolutely bamboozled Guild Eagles in this one, and, you know, with these late smokes, surely we just save here on the CT side.
I'm questioning, to be fair, though, this early B kind of quad stack. I don't really know where a lot of it came from. Is he rotating GXX over, but then he had to clear so many early angles. Like that front bar position. In they come. Free's going to find sinnopsyy. Perk's going to find juanflatroo, and it leaves Rig on now to 1 versus 1, but time is of the essence. Does he have a smoke? He doesn't. He has a kit, though. Hang on a second. Stick on towards the bomb. Swing coming off. Perks will just clock him. And alternate aTTaX their 5th. There was a mere moment there when he could have stuck it and maybe something could have gone his way, but time and nerves. And that alternate aTTaX going to tie up this game. So then again, as T-sides go, like we were saying, it isn't actually all that bad. Guild Eagles, no buy. So alternate aTTaX realistically should find a 6th here. We got a double M4 on the other side. They've gone for a kind of a weird one in terms of sinnopsyy's fully invested. And Fletcher's still got money left over as he picks up a M4 as well.
quiet into this one. They're trying to get the M4s working. One out towards Fountain. Oh, God. The perfect flash onto Juan. He tried to play the silent game, but to no avail. A boost up, I believe, on B here. An interesting kind of boost. I like it. It's a bit fruity. I don't think it's going to see any action. Oh, it might. Bomb's moving back. So this could get a little... Ah, they've come off it, though. All right, well, that's unfortunate. It's a nice boost, though.
Yeah, a bit of an off angle. I think, obviously, when you're swinging out from short, you're clearing that little gap and in towards water. Don't really think you check it. So, probably definitely gets overlooked. Sinnopsyy could just be left here. The flash comes round. Surely now they start to go active.
Whoa, a little weird. Yeah, not going to work out for the boost play, I suppose. Sinnopsyy. He does the bare minimum, but there's no one around him to help out. Clean round from aTTaX. They will secure the lead off the back of it.
Yeah, that's good. It is much better. At the tail end, it did take a bit of a while to get going, but aTTaX is now starting to put them into a pretty solid position, all things considered. Even if this half ends 6-all with, I guess, how shaky things were looking at one point, I think this is actually pretty good for them. 6-5. There's a buyout. Sinnopsyy fully invested towards the round prior. Only got an MP9 here in towards the final round of the half. Next in the AWP, he doesn't have GX on the other side. Shotgun AWPing to be all too worried about as well. This is going to give him some room to work with at range.
Quiet round once again here. aTTaX have found a methodology, and they're sticking with it. First frag for Juan, though. Up on the top side near the bathroom. Scenario with the off angle, and it's a bait and switch, baby. Beautiful stuff. aTTaX start off slow, but they tried something a bit burstier in this round, a bit less telegraphed, and, well, it does not work. Let's stick to what works, I suppose. A really clean round from Guild Eagles, and, well, we're going to see Panic stand here for about a minute. He might not get that far, though. They are after him.
Hunted GXX. Tags. And drops as well. That'll be in that half 6-all. Not a bad finish. Can aTTaX carry on in the second half? We'll see you after the break.
Part of my story, I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. You either got it or you don't. You either bought it or you won't. You either wanna give it everything or you wanna cry about a soul. I'ma say it from the jump. Mama ain't raised a chump. My mama raised me to persevere if I'm ever here in a slum. Cause nobody starts at the top. You do your part and you better buy. Working hard each and every day, even though some days it get hard to watch. But you gotta trust the process. Grind hard, don't you ever quit. It's a must, you see the progress. Got a ball till you get a hit. They can never do what I could do, cause they on the same stuff. If you doubt me, then I'm coming to show them what I'm made of. Yeah, always showing your integrity. Yeah, if you want it, I'ma let them see. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win.
Wake wake up, put the work in. That's the only way it's gonna work out. Hard work and dedication, no time for procrastination. Takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of heart mixed with motivation. On the days that you feeling down, look in the mirror for your inspiration. Like, woo, just notice, never stop, never quit. People wanna see you doing good, but never better than them. Gotta push yourself to the limits. You cannot lose if you are not in it. You gotta lose, sometimes it's the winning. Don't get discouraged, it's just the beginning. Yeah, turn up. Don't end up a Timmy Turner. Don't get caught up in the streets. Don't get caught up with a burner, don't be a slow learner. Oh no, you only get one shot, one chance. Talking March Madness at the big dance. Talking big man on campus. Like,
No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy. That's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming is to win.
Making magic when they need it most.
Welcome back. Second half underway. We're all tied square as well. Pretty even here on aTTaX's map pick. They now move on towards the CT side. We're in the best of 3 territory for those of you following along these last few days. So, not the end of the world if you lose this map, but if you're aTTaX, your own pick, heading in towards a scary ancient of Guild Eagles, at least want to have something under your belt.
It's very true. Moving in towards the B-bomb site then. juanflatroo going to open up. Who else for Guild? Goody at the back end of the site. There's fire everywhere. He's blind. He just cannot survive. He was trying to buy some time there ultimately for his teammates to get round and maybe find some frags while he was in the middle of a fight. Not going to happen for him. Panics. Takes the head of one. That's actually the bomb dropped. Kind of in an awkward spot. They will manage to recover it, but not before a couple more kills go down. juanflatroo finding another, and all the kills, unfortunately, going the way of Guild. Juan, I believe, pushed in nice and deep there, didn't he, to get underneath them. Really well played from him, and yeah, confident, and rightfully so. 14 and 5, especially with the less rounds, the 6 less rounds, a pretty respectable scoreline so far.
Yeah, got to be said. Has been a little bit of a scrappy pistol compared to what aTTaX had to start off the map. But all things considered for Guild Eagles on the T side, always worrying if you're against them and you start seeing the snowball this early. Not in their favor. It's, of course, nice full buy. aTTaX on the CT side, they do not get the same luxury. They've gone for a 5-stack out long here. I don't see a flash, however. Maybe if they would add a flash, they could pop in towards Fountain. Looks like they're just going to play contact. And with the bomb sort of in the direction of B, I don't think they're going to get too much action. Bar maybe juanflatroo's AK-47. And if they can take that in their favor, you could take a small silver lining away from it.
juanflatroo. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage, but only able to get 1 kill. Still, he's got masses of information. How's the timing going to look on this? Okay, I think sinnopsyy will make it away with that bomb. Little risky, if you ask me, but they will make it away, get the bomb plant and all that good stuff. Probably just to save the AK type vibe, deny kill bonus away, which would be wise. There's 3 MAC-10s in business here for Guild Eagles. So you don't want to give them free cash, as it were. But they are on the move. They are looking for the kills. sinnopsyy. Oh, he hears a lot of footsteps. Spots some feet. He's been seen. Maybe traded here. Perks trying to stay alive with this AK now. And they're aware of that fact. sinnopsyy's just waiting for his teammates to come around and help him get this kill. I think they should be able to take Perks down. It's just a question of how many names Mr. Perks can take himself. And, well, unfortunately, it's only 1 in the end. So, AK recovered. Pretty big deal, right? It was the only AK in the round for Guild, actually. They'll move forwards up to 8 now. Looking good.
8-6. Not bad. Of course, relatively inexpensive as well for the Guild Eagles side. I mean, yes, an AK gets dropped momentarily, but not saved. That's all that matters for them. But going to come through here for aTTaX. We got look at him play for Panics. Can't quite get the AWP in the 3rd round as he had in towards the 1st half. But an AWP second best. 0.4 alongside him as well. The MP9 and the FAMA. It's not a full buy either way. Actually, Guild Eagles are going to go quick here. GXX caught heftily by the nade there. Still takes that front bathrooms control. And I think for Guild Eagles, that's the priority right now. Playing in this sort of pack mentality.
awzek going to find the first into this round, though. That's pretty decent for them. GXX as well, left pretty low. So Guild's not off to the best start here in round number 15. Definitely a difficult one for them to figure out. And I like the move from alternate aTTaX, you know, now. They're going deep in towards the banana area right now. It's kind of smart. It is kind of smart. This could get very strange on the A bomb site in just a second here. Freeze is going to take a little look back, and they're really not expecting him in towards short. Probably not expecting, you know, this area to be so clear. Oh, miscom, though, I want to argue. awzek was in the mix in that banana area, dipped down connector to get away from Rigon, and then left his teammate out to dry, it has to be said, and they just did not communicate that cleanly enough with each other. That was certainly the linchpin moment of the round. Guild Eagles wrestle back a really difficult spot.
It did look like it was already going to be kind of concluded as well. Very well done for the Guild Eagle side. I thought with that kind of banana push that you spoke of, they had kind of that back bathrooms control. They could have maybe denied any of those standard bomb plants. Then if the B guys had rotated over in time, maybe alternate aTTaX could have done something. But it wasn't to be. Guild Eagles to go for their first timeout. Good opportunity as well for Devil Walk to join the conversation. To obviously help this side markedly in terms of their kind of mid-rounding and their overall kind of game plan. We know, fundamentally speaking, Guild Eagles are such a scary side. Their raw mechanics are unbelievable, but Devil Walk's done a lot to really help them in terms of the mental side and really help them in terms of their consistency, which is obviously paying off in dividends. Right now, 9-6, 3 rounds ahead of their opponents. Alternate aTTaX going in towards a pretty janky half by here. We should see Guild Eagles lock in double digits relatively inexpensively. And for their opponent's map pick, very important. Guild Eagles doing everything right at the moment. We already spoke about how scary the T-side can be. This early in towards the game, we're seeing it.
Early smoke out. But a quick move via B short. sinnopsyy looking to entry onto the bomb site here. Not messing around, not wasting any time at all. Does have to be careful. A lot of bodies in close proximity. He was kind of aware. Maybe creating space. I don't know. They've been allowed to reset things a little, but just not good enough. Unfortunately, there will be rotations in. Nice and fast. 5-7 from behind. This looks not bad, you know. 2 versus 2. With the investment that they've had, a stray headshot here or there really could turn the tide on this one. They're going to create a nice bit of room. Oh, but awzek through the smoke. Drops the bomb. Leaves sinnopsyy with it all to do. A lack of information. Checking towards Monster for the free frag. It's awzek on the 5-7. Another crazy one through the smoke might be enough for him. He pushes through with perfect timing, and they pull it off. A massive, massive round from awzek and alternate aTTaX.
I cannot believe they've let that slip as well. That was fundamentally should have been quite a simple round, but awzek had a really, really well played one. The 5-7 doing God's work, but actually the most important thing in that situation, it's not the amount of kills awzek gets, it's just that one to deny the bomb going down. If the bomb goes down, then time pressures and constraints start to make kind of alternate aTTaX work a little quicker. awzek plays that to perfection, and for the final kill as well. Not expecting to push through the smoke, goes out towards bridge. On the back of that reload, which he heard. That is so well played. Guild Eagles going to be left reeling a little bit off the back of that one. Thankfully, they can buy back in, so it's not the end of the world, but it's still going to hurt all the same. He spoke about the mental game of the Guild Eagles side, and that's the one that can really knock your confidence just a tad. Just sort of around here. They've got to bounce back pretty heftily, and this is quite an important round late in towards the game. It's a big swing round. Both sides don't have stable economy built up by any means. So win this, more or less get a 2-for-1 special in terms of the rounds. Make your opponent's economy, and you start to sit pretty of a shot from Panics. In the name in the game, it seems, as he should have really hit that.
Not ideal. we'll see. Alternate aTTaX obviously have given themselves a lifeline with that previous round. They just now have to do something with it. Monster smoke is there, but it's a little late, you know. Oh, yep, and they think it's clear. Beautiful move in from short. They burst perfectly out onto B. Molotov doesn't make it deep enough. Panics. Oh, denying the bomb plant with that one, at least for a little while. Does some decent damage onto GXX. It's definitely not a done deal yet. Spam in and around the smokes here that started to dissipate towards short. Panics all, though, and that gets rid of one of the prongs of their attack. Not great. Freeze. Pause. Creeping round, but yeah, just peeking into 3 crosshairs at once. You're never going to win that. Freeze knows it. He's out of there, and Guild Eagles back on the board.
Yeah, it's not nice. It ain't good. Freeze. Get 1, maybe 2 on the way out. Yes, he does. So, actually pretty important kills here in the tail end. We already spoke about how the economy on neither side is comfortable. So the fact that he's found 2 on the way out means that economy remains pretty rough towards the guild side. They can buy back in, yes, but out of a couple of Galils who want the util, Mac 10s or the rest. It's actually in the side, it's even worse. They've only got that 1 real gun to speak of. They're going to go for a force buy here, in fact. So the FAMAS has been dropped over and Orb's picked up by Panics. And awzek and Perks are going to try and join the fray with the MP9s. It's a bit of a Hail Mary investment here for aTTaX. It kind of seems like this is the make or break for this team. Lose this and Guild Eagles start pushing towards match point, more or less.
Oh, nice frag from Freeze. Gets lucky with the spam. Sinnopsyy's up quite quickly. Freeze ready for that. An interesting choice here from Guild Eagles. They lose a player and they opt to pick up the aggression, not pull off of it. So it doesn't really work for them and just makes the situation worse.
Every single time Guild Eagles have this kind of opportunity in terms of the investment, letting it slip. Panic to spot at the head there. You'll know. Flashing towards the corner. Nobody offering up anything. Rigon is the big success maker here. He's got to find a kill. Of course, especially that DICE player. Might not expect him up so close.
Rigon. Spotted. Not great. Panics comes around the corner as well. Rigon going to have to go large from here. Can't find that frag. Gets traded out. I think he maybe thought that he should have found it. Frustrating. Certainly frustrating. Nothing going the way of Guild Eagles in that round. Another big one for alternate aTTaX. Comes in flawlessly. Looks like it. Yeah, GXX not ready at all. So, no one going down. Making some money. They've had little opportunities like this in the past and just unable to close that gap. This time might be better. Look at where the money is at here, folks. Guild Eagles. Real tough decision on this one. I think they are just going to have to go for it to even out the econ, unfortunately. So, yeah, this is a good chance for the German majority to close the gap.
It's got to be said, this game is, it feels like being drawn out ever so slightly. Guild Eagles have had 2 big opportunities to extend the lead and maybe even close the game. They fluffed both of them. Alternate aTTaX clinging on by a thread here. You're not going to see a full investment come through for Guild Eagles. Now, this is a big risk. I think we've seen alternate aTTaX go for these half buys, but at least they've had kind of SMGs or, you know, FAMASs and the rest. Double AK buy. A few pistols isn't pretty. Stack towards that A site, 3 down towards B, and 0 contact being heard or seen anywhere as of just yet. Actually, barely any util being baited out either. I mean, right now, Guild Eagles a pure contact play as a pack, looking in the direction of A, but it could work in their favor because the orbs posted, they could overwhelm.
Yeah, we'll see here. Oh, nade going in. Decent damage and backed up by awzek. He gets dealt with quickly, but he's done a lot. Panic's just trying to stay alive. Can't land the shots. Info's in there, but yeah, just can't get it done. Freeze in with a quick move. He gets taken down quick. Oh, this is not looking good. Plant towards the back end of the site. Certainly a little bit risky, but sinnopsyy on the AWP. He's striking true. Goody wants nothing to do with it. Does find his kill on the wallbang, but he's out of there, man. Oh, my goodness. Alternate aTTaX just cannot string these rounds together. Guild looking really good to take this map.
Yeah, got to be said as well, both of these sides where they've had, you know, these opportunities to really kind of put a bit of pain on towards their opponent, both times not looking too good. But Guild Eagles, credit for responding in a really good way to the way in which alternate aTTaX have been doing towards them for the last few. A low buy, sinnopsyy with a quad kill, and he survives as well with the AWP. That is huge. Really, really nice round from sinnopsyy. Not a primary AWP, but honestly made it look very easy, all things considered. As Guild Eagles, 2 rounds away now from their opponent's map pick, going in their favor, which would be huge confidence heading in towards Ancient. The alternate aTTaX side. They do have a little bit of money left in the back pocket, but it's only in the pockets of Goody, in fact. So this is the now or never. This one falls flat. Not only the Guild Eagles lock in 12, but they just won't really have the true money to buy in towards round number 21. This has got to be spectacular again from alternate aTTaX. They've had good plays when it comes towards these lower buys. We have to see it again here. Oh, this is so risky though, playing behind the smoke. They're going without a flash as well. Contact play, pure contact play. And spotted. There's one, but only Rigon. Could have doubled down, but doesn't.
Yeah, maybe fluffing his lines ever so slightly. But good information. They know that they're pushed in deep B. There's not much that they can really do about that, so they're trying to pounce on the idea of A here. Oh, just spotted at Optimus. Big one from sinnopsyy. Well read. Well played for the double entry. Fabulous. Save out from alternate aTTaX. Map point for Guild Eagles. Serious business here.
Oh, looking to see if he can find anything on the way out, but extra through Monson, I don't think there's going to be too much to be said at the tail end of the timer. It's going to be the round going in favor of Guild Eagles up to their 12th, and now really starts to push down on the jugular. Alternate aTTaX just do not seem to have an option. No alternative to try and deny this Guild Eagles T side from rolling on through. Very least. An AK and an M4 save for Goody and Freeze. It is a silver lining, and Goody can drop one over. You look across the deck as well. Panic's awzek and Perk's not exactly wealthy. Freeze maybe drops over like the likes of a FAMAS. He's still got full util. And the rest of the team try to make something work. They're actually going to go for that AWP buy come through. Half armor is probably more than enough with just the AKs. I mean, only sinnopsyy and the M4 does leave you a little bit worried to a degree. Poor Perks, man. Only a 5-7 for him. You say only. awzek made it look pretty good earlier. Miracle leader, though. 4-round lead. Guild Eagles hold. And map point looking in the direction of B.
Rigon. Ooh. Not committing just yet. Be wary of someone round the corner, and he should be. Panics takes him. Patience pays off there for the CT AWPer. Definitely needed that one to kick this round off.
It was quiet off the back of the initial. Minute 10 to speak of. Nothing offering just yet. Action a double stack here with Panics. They might be able to recollect the gun here. A short pipe gun. Well, it's open. It is collectible. juanflatroo is holding, but also going to find sinnopsyy. Guild Eagles again, when they have an opportunity to close out the map and making it much harder than you would expect. But GXX can answer back. Perks gets core, but it's only the 5-7. It's not the end of the world.
Still looking good, isn't it? Flash comes round. Scares them off briefly, but the Eagles have got an idea. They want this B bomb site. They will not go quietly into the night for it. Lots of utility coming around to get this right-hand side control. sinnopsyy in and around the smokes. Very cheeky move here. Oh, and he just gets timed on there, unfortunately. Bomb plant going to be denied. 10 seconds left. GXX moves to save. Alternate aTTaX. They will battle on here on Overpass.
stay alive and honestly comfortably as well. Only the one casualty, and it's only the 5-7 player. As things go, not all that bad. Yes, the AWP stays alive. They can sort of reinvest around it. GXX, of course, no money really in his pockets to drop over. Rigon's not exactly wealthy, but he's kind of in double eco territory, so I wouldn't be surprised maybe if you see a force buy come through here. Juanflatroo towards the AK, sinnopsyy, same for him. Senery maybe dipping in towards the Galil if he wants util. And then Rigon, unfortunately, just going to have to muster something up, maybe a Deagle, which he's very fond and familiar with. We do see attack pause, unfortunately, though. So hopefully we can get it fixed as soon as before getting things back underway. Now, we have one of these sec pauses and all the players are still in the server yesterday. So maybe it's something to do with Guild Eagles being on LAN right now, on boot camp. Might be something to do with that. Who knows?
Maybe a few too many homies on the connection. Who knows? Who knows, man? You know? Either way, we are keeping our fingers crossed here that we're not going to be held up for too long. Always strikes a bit of fear. You know, you get the flashbacks from those long tech timeouts that we've been a part of over the years.
Yeah.
You know? So they have gotten a lot better in recent years, I will say that. It's nice that it's gotten cleaned up a little bit and we know a lot more of what causes issues and things like this. So that's definitely something to consider. But looking at this one, to not hold on for much longer, get back into the action, you know, right at the tail end of the game, right when alternate attacks pick up a round and they're ready and raring to go. The energy is high. That's what you need. You're sharp.
Yeah.
But this is obviously a slowdown that we can't do much about.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. Hopefully only a brief one. And then we can get back underway, ladies and gents. But we have no more information than you do sitting at home. So we hold and wait for now. But still, Guild Eagles look to close things up. I may be assuming this might even be Perks. He's the only one who hasn't bought. Everyone else has bought. So
True, that's always a classic telltale sign.
Yeah, maybe it's Perks here. You know, he's in the server. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice. Match medics come through. That's normally the sign of things about to change for the better. Hopefully. Buys are coming through for Guild Eagles. They seem fine. So I think it's just on Perks to confirm that he's all good. And he's buying, so I think that is the case. We're about to get back underway. Everyone's buying. So it should be fine. Should be in the operative word here. There we go. Round of 22. About to get underway. Map point in favor of Guild Eagles. But are being made to work for it. Alternate attack's looking pretty damn good at staying alive. Clinging on for dear life on their map pick. Do not want to go into Guild Eagles Ancient and map down. That would be the worst case scenario. Working towards mid-top across. Molotov as well to come through. Guild Eagles going quick here. Trying to get a lot of early mid control.
Quiet though as rounds go. Especially from Guild Eagles when they're on this T side. They love to dictate the fights. At the moment just playing a patient game. Scenario's got a decent read that there is someone around here in the connector, but unable to find an angle, really. Sinnopsyy trying not to give his position away. Molotov comes in, though. That makes the decision for him. Scenario, meanwhile, his contact, patience, and slow creep will net the first frag as he catches awzek in transition. So a man advantage for Guild Eagles in the early stages. They are running out of utility quickly, but they will take the manpower.
For now. Up close and personal. Now Mac 10 going to try and get into the action. There's 3 players here towards B with the bomb. He's heading A. It's a ruse. Sinnopsyy waiting for the call. to make some noise. AWP takes a pop shot. That might beckon a rotation. The MAC-10 maybe going to start getting going. Panic's going to find Rigon. Now they're rotating over. The MAC-10 going to go in to try and hold off the rotations. The time's ticking. He's going to find kills nonetheless, though.
Oh my goodness, this is so wild. How have they just managed to get into the bomb site like that? There's still a player out towards Graffiti. Flash comes in. Molotov to finish off sinnopsyy. Fell apart there at the very last hurdle. The Molotov as well will deny the bomb plant away. GXX can't do much. And just looking to hold on to the AWP. Goodness me, does not escape unscathed. But he will escape. 2 more rounds for alternate attacks then.
My God. Again, being made to work for it. Alternate attacks clinging on. We're basically playing the full regulation now as well. Alternate attacks should get a freebie here of an 11th. There isn't really too much of a buy around that saved AWP. So we're playing in towards round number 24. The Eagles' inability to close out this map is starting to get concerning, to say the least. And he comes over. Senary eating a huge chunk of it, but GXX trying to do this on his own here. Early fights have to be taken by the AWP, but he's crouch peeking in towards aTTaX. Surely only goes one way. Oh my God, aTTaX pulls off the worst possible time. That could have been a freebie of a kill. Second time of asking, fluffs his lines. Will that punish them?
aTTaX tagged up. May well get finished. He does indeed. Meanwhile, we catch awzek with a frag onto GXX there in the side, which is obviously the danger man of this round. Looking very good here, isn't it? sinnopsyy and juanflatroo left to do it all. Just one. Blanked out. By 2. That actually took a while, considering there was 2 of them, but all the same, they will win the round out. Now bringing it within 1. So this is for all the marbles right now. The overtime of their own map pick on the horizon. Alternate attacks have done so well to bring it this close. Some really cheeky rounds, but couldn't string those together. However, they pick up that 9th, and they've just kept it going for a little while here. So Guild will be kicking themselves. It's come this close, and they will absolutely be disappointed if we make it into that overtime.
Yeah, it doesn't help as well that because GXX has been saving that AWP for so long, he's now got a deagle. Molotov misses. Smoke going to go through. Senary going to eat a lot of damage from the spam. That XU, that idea of molly and go through the smoke really worked against Skilled Eagles there. A play that might have worked at some time, but it does not catch alternate attacks off guard. Get a freebie of an opener. Freeze. Doesn't even see him to get the kill.
Flash ready to go. Entries from sinnopsyy have got to be perfect here. Flashes round for perks. Will scare him off of the angle. And he does manage to help with the kill. However, they've lost 2 in the interim. This would be a Guild Eagles round if they're able to pull it off. It's not looking too likely, though, now. Rigon alone, and he can't find anything. 12-12. Alternate attacks with a hell of a run back to take us into the overtime. This is absolutely what we wanted. A heater on our hands. Very excited to get straight into the action as well. No break, as we have done away with that.
Yeah, it's got to be said that this game should have been closed out a long time ago, but credit to alternate attacks, man. They are not giving up for even a mere moment. As we head towards overtime, this now becomes anybody's game for a long, long time. Basically since the turn of the half, and where Guild Eagles had the pistol, and they started to kind of build up a 9-6 lead. We saw at one point before there was any sort of response. It already looked like it was just a matter of time, kind of when, not if, sort of thing, that Guild Eagles would close this one out. But alternate attacks got other ideas. Finding that form. They'll be starting that CT side as well, so they really do get the big benefits here. Quick pause, but before we get into it, slow and steady. I think as well, where we've seen at a couple of moments, Guild Eagles, they've been panicking to try and push this across the line. Hopefully now they look okay. Still the pause, though. That's unfortunate. At least we'll get to see GXX back in towards the AWP, though. out of the Eagle in that final round. Doesn't really continue the form that he started off. He started on some pretty electrical. He had 8 kills in the first 4 rounds, but it's petered off since. Calling on more of the big name riflers of sinnopsyy and juanflatroo to try and alleviate a lot of the pressure. Thankfully, tech pause is done, concluded, and we can get back underway. Overtime now. 6 rounds to try and decide it before we go for some more. Of course, in the old 12.5k OT, we get the full buys out, no issues. Many around. Basically, you can pick up an AWP more or less every single round if you're at least getting a kill or 2.
Fan through the smoke. Rigon not connecting with anything. Very important round, usually, this opening one. I think it relieves a lot of pressure for the team that wins it. But obviously, you want to avoid taking your foot off the gas as well. So, okay. Goody going to get caught. Maybe thought he was covered there by Perks. Trade is there, but would have been nice to keep those players alive, I'm sure. sinnopsyy half, Perks half. Very even looking round thus far. Big fight here down below. sinnopsyy wins it. He has been doing that quite a bit recently against awzek. So, advantage. Vulnerable A bomb site. Not looking too good. Freeze holding in from bathrooms. Not being heard over all the carnage. Quick trade is there. He slows them down. He gathers some information. Buys time importantly. Panics. Has to come alive here. Holding the line for one. Quick reposition. Goes back in off the back of the flash, but GXX unblinded at the last second to take him down. Perks rotated up. Not ready for this flank down, is he, unfortunately? So there's not much he can do to stop the bomb plant.
For now. Molly won't be able to deny the bomb going down. A little bit earlier, Perks maybe could have made a conversation of shifting that bomb plant away and giving him more time to rotate in. Already tagged pretty low. GXX now got up for the AUG as well. And nobody has to face. Perks may have spotted a shoulder, but it doesn't matter. Too late. sinnopsyy tears his head off. Really good round. Team Ace coming through there from Guild Eagles. Everyone picking up a kill. And finally, Guild Eagles picking up that T-side round that's been eluding them for so damn long. And, of course, it's the most important thing now in towards OT. You can get 2 out of 3 rounds minimum on the T side. You set yourself up to such a kind of strong position.
Rigon in quick through short. Has he been heard from here, though? I don't think so. Looking at kind of the body language of the alternate attack side, but they are a bit wary of short at the moment. Just again, sort of tit for tat. Lovely Molotov. No one to follow up off the back of it. juanflatroo going to win his fight against awzek. A rough few rounds for awzek, it has to be said. Giving his life away early in these rounds. Without finding kills, without even setting them up, really.
Oh, good swing. Panics. Timing was excellent there. Yuto in hand for sinnopsyy. sinnopsyy can't make it a double, though. Got out through short. Rigon for 1. Does he expect the second? He should. He knows. It was Goody who killed his teammate, but it doesn't matter. Panics at range will see him off. Alternate attacks answer back. This game still got some legs behind it. It honestly still feels more or less impossible to call.
I know, it is a real tough one, to be honest. It is, I don't know, a dangerous sort of position to be in. The Ancient also feels a bit more up in the air, right? As we said, Guild, I think, have a good track record in the long term. When it comes to the online games, very difficult to predict. Alternate attacks, meanwhile, pretty poor track record, but then they have a lot of reps. It's hard, man. It's very, very hard to know where this series is going to go, so I feel like this one is incredibly important. especially with how close it's come. You know, you feel the loss a lot more when you had a good chance at winning it. Aggression coming through from the CT side. Rig on for the double as he tracks Goody, trying to get away. And a double kill that might just start to hammer in the final nails of this here coffin. Man advantage wrestled back by sinnopsyy.
3v2. The fight might be had here as well towards connector 2 coming, making their way down. Freeze doesn't get cleared. Oh, he finds one. Make that 2. Nobody clears close right. Freeze gets a freebie. And now it's all down to sinnopsyy. Thankfully, bomb in hand, so it's an okay position to be had, but he's got to try and isolate a fight here. Freeze is holding 4 in, and Freeze will see it off. What a round from the young man. 4 kills to his name, and a 14th on the board for aTTaX. They lock in a lead heading in towards that second half of OT.
All right, let's see then as the half switch comes in. Obviously been a long time since these teams were on these respective halves. So definitely curious to see what the energy is going to be like. GXX had a great CT side, much quieter T side. juanflatroo, similar sort of deal, I guess, but he was just consistent on that T side, really. Just felt like some of the bigger rounds for him came on the CT end of things.
Already orb holding. aTTaX confidence looking very good for them. GXX peering round. It's a left eye peek for Panics. Right eye for GXX. Only one winner. Freeze continues his triumphant form right now. Going to find sinnopsyy.
Rig on. I like his position if they do come towards B. However, they're not really making many moves over here just yet. They will start to rotate back into position outside of Monster. Decent amount of utility left, which could work for them. But they're opting to contact straight into a Molotov, of course. So just pausing for now. Stay chill. No one peeking into them. aTTaX creeping round, looking good. Fast move in towards the B-bomb site, catching the first. Rig on for a double spray down, though. Has he done enough? Bombs spilled as the time that Perks has to get it planted. Closing, getting away from him. Didn't pick it up there. Being annoying. Where is it? There it is. And he just goes straight into the AWP, unfortunately. That's a little bit frustrating in the end for Perks, but I don't think that he really had too much of a chance in that one. 14-14. As Guild Eagles... Ooh, they'll call a timeout here.
Yeah, pretty rare. See the Guild Eagles tax come through, so... They've all spotted something. Let's have a little conversation before we continue on in what has been such a close map number 1. This is just map number 1 as well. Imagine what the series has got to deliver for us. Conversations to be had, though. The CT side needs to be flawless. The Guild Eagle side to take it and move on towards Ancients. With just the singularity under their belts, but look at how even these two sides are, honestly. This has got double OT, if not more, written all over it. Not a lot separating them, basically, at all. But this CT side aggression, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Guild Eagles. This is exactly how you kind of take it to aTTaX. For the German side, who currently seem like they're in good control of the game, Guild Eagles have got to try and take it to them. Individuals like Freeze have an incredible map so far. Make him feel uncomfortable. That's the only way going to be able to do anything here. Nade comes deep. Perks. Slight tag, but not all too problematic.
sinnopsyy. Quite deep in towards the bathrooms here. It's a dangerous place to be on your own. You know, very little opportunity to get traded. Flash comes around towards long. Oh, I thought he was going to lose that one, but... takes one with him. Still an even trade. You know, it does leave a bit vulnerable. They're left guessing. Changing positions up. GXX. I think a bullet just whizzed past him there. Smoke failed. Looks like it's right on the edge of the map, so that's certainly a bit interesting. Scenario's going to go push in, try and look for some information. Maybe, I suppose, it's just a quick panic smoke to keep Scenario at bay. Something like that. A little bit weird. GXX immediately traded out. Big shot from Panics. And the A bomb site falls. There is juanflatroo here to try and deal, try and hold the line, but they've made it in towards the site. Nothing that he can do at this point. Gets caught flashing for his teammate. Rigon all alone goes in. He's so blind, he doesn't know where he is. And it will be alternate aTTaX, the first team to hit map point.
Fair play. Alternate aTTaX had to fight, claw their way back from a pretty big deficit. 12-8 down towards regulation, and now they find themselves one round away from taking their map in their favor. Guild Eagles would be absolutely kicking themselves as well if that was to happen. But I'm sure for aTTaX, they'd be loving life, but also for Pera and Vipera, probably watching the wings thinking, if we're to win our semi-final today, who are we going to face? I'm sure if they had a choice, they'd probably pick alternate aTTaX of the two. They're taking it to them. 15-14. Attack balls called immediately as well there by the alternate aTTaX boys. They just want to make sure that they do not come in underprepared into what potentially could be the final round of this. And their map pick too, in their favor, would be huge. Let's see. The Guild Eagles have anything left up the sleeve. I said this one kind of felt like a double OT run all over it. And Guild Eagles confirm that.
Yep, now would be the time to give us something off the back burner, something that, you know, they've been cooking for a little while and have not had opportunity to use it just yet. However, it does look fairly conventional. They tried to get aggressive in towards mid and long, but just no one there from alternate aTTaX. So that could have been something. However, they didn't face any resistance and just left backing off and saying, okay, well, I guess no need.
So quiet right now as well. Waiting for that opportunity, but actually come around the corner here as well into his connector. He's going to get a lot of free real estate coming through, which is good. They wanted to make a split move, kind of work in their favor. From the smoke, Rigon not spotting anything. 40 seconds. Decision has to be made by alternate aTTaX, and it looks like they're going to commit towards the top site.
GXX on top of Dice. Certainly a different kind of angle, and around like this, you definitely need that sort of thing. 20 seconds, dog. No one's died yet. Tiniest bit of damage done to Scenario, but that is it. This is really not going to be easy. Panics finds the first, traded out quickly. Scenario standing strong for 2, maybe 3 if he had a few more bullets. They will just about manage to get the bomb down here. Oh, and the flank cut off. That's big. That's very, very big. GXX is low, so juanflatroo are going to have to do a lot of the work here to keep Guild Eagles in this map, stacked on top of each other. Play the bomb. Nobody else on the flank. It's a brilliant setup here from the alternate aTTaX boys. They can find the first frag in this exchange as well, then surely the round has got to be theirs, but we'll see. Molotov comes in. There's only one place they can really be at this point. It's deep down short, or it's hidden away. Juan, he pre-fires in, lovely and clean, but there's a second player there. They're not ready for him. Down goes the first, but not the second. He pulls off the defuse with a bit of a crouch and dance. Oh my goodness, Guild Eagles, they will make it through to a second overtime.
No shot. Nerves of steel to stick that as well. The second your teammate falls, but he was already 3/4 of the way through the defuse, so you have to just hope and pray. Oh, alternate aTTaX, they're going to be kicking themselves now. That was their time. 16-14, written all over that round. That double stacking towards plant pot was so well done as well. But when it comes down to it, all tied square. The defuse stuck. And we go again. Guild Eagles starting down that CT side, hoping to get some of that momentum that alternate aTTaX had. This game really has flipped there. In regulation, it was alternate aTTaX clinging on to dear life and just about staying alive. And now we're heading towards OT, and It's kind of the other way. Guild Eagles just about staying alive in this map.
Oh. Lovely contact flash. Scenario, nothing he can do about that. Held mouse 1, hope for the best. But he loses. Great way for alternate aTTaX to open up here. Back with a vengeance, I suppose. Looking for number 16, finally.
For now, as things start to just tick on over into the just shy of a minute mark, sinnopsyy's playing anti in that cubby. At this late stage as well, as they've already made kind of in-routing towards long. As long as sinnopsyy doesn't move, I'm sure they don't check him. GXX. I had the right idea as well, but he's going to fall off the angle a tad. Perks on that corner. Plays in front bathrooms as well. Got to check for it. This could get messy. Nade in hand. He will not get away alive. And now sinnopsyy's made his move as well. He's fallen off the cubby. The AWP will pluck him off, and that should be the round.
Yep, looking good. juanflatroo does hold for a double, to be fair to him, but it's ultimately to no avail, is it? Rig on 2 HP. Don't usually save in the overtimes. Oh, okay. He's going in. He's getting himself some stats. But, yeah, there's no way he would have gotten away with that facing off against multiple players at once. 16-15. Alternate aTTaX running her back. And looking for a flawless T-side here if they can find it.
aTTaX really liking these kind of slow early and mid rounds and these kind of late round pops. Something which, you know, we saw kind of like 2021 Na'Vi was so good at doing. This is something aTTaX are replicating here, and it's working really well. They're catching Guild Eagles with their pants down a couple of times. Double smoke being dropped there in towards front monster as well. Maybe a little bit of miscomm there from Guild Eagles. Boy, is that going to come through from sinnopsyy? Damages perks and actually remains relatively unscathed.
Minute and 25 left. Alternate aTTaX, plenty of time to play with. Connector control to come round. It is just that early posturing at the moment. I like what I'm seeing from alternate aTTaX, man. You know, we thought they were down and out at one point. They have really stepped their game up in sort of the past 10 rounds of play. Definitely in the overtime. Matching very well indeed. Was that a double nade? Potentially. Either way, juanflatroo is a goner. And we're looking at a man advantage for alternate aTTaX before they even set foot in a bomb site.
Generally, pop flash for the monster player. Swing in the corner. Rigon going to spot no one. Drops a Molotov. Perfectly timed, though. Another nice and timing on that bomb. Don't have a smoke anymore, though, or a molly. 2 flashes and an aid for Guild Eagles. And a man disadvantage. Nice position to be in. They're going to pop through in towards B momentarily. Oh, but sinnopsyy beats him to the punch. Going to find a double and Rigon and odds on one of his own. sinnopsyy goes huge. Stays alive as well, and GXX will clean things up. It looked pretty okay for aTTaX. 25 seconds on the clock and a man advantage. And then sinnopsyy has other ideas. Takes the round into his own hands. Once again, ties this game up 16 apiece.
Nasty, nasty stuff. It is never over until it's over in this game. I'll tell you that much for free. These guys are just not stopping. And just when it looks like, you know, okay, alternate aTTaX got some control. Great start into that round, as it is a great start into this one. Guild is still able to come back in. So you just really cannot predict it. You know, you've got to stay attentive in this game. But, as said, an early frag. Alternate aTTaX going to go walking in towards B as well, through the smoke. Interesting move here. Yep, totally unaware. juanflatroo is in a really bad spot as well. Doesn't know where to look. Taken down, surely from a 5-on-2. Alternate aTTaX can convert this one.
You'd hope. You really would. Not a lot to offer up here for Guild Eagles. sinnopsyy and Rigon, they just have no in-routes in towards this site here. That should be that. A couple of stats to be had, though. Flash is good. On that corner. Mind. Flawless round. Alternate attack. That's a really good T side. 2 out of 3 rounds on the T side of Overpass. You're never going to say no to that, especially in OT. Once again, alternate attacks are in control of this game.
It's nasty, man. I think we're loving what we're seeing, to be honest. The game is still, though, not cut and dry. You know, alternate attacks. You say control, but it's weak. It may be short-lived. Yeah, they're really not making life easy for Guild Eagles, that's for sure. But Guild are hot on their heels and have been for quite some time. Just a case of changing things up here on the T side. Back to it. Guild love a T side. Nice and fresh. Bring us something new. We'll see. This is a really pressure-filled situation at the moment. Early nade damage, of course. Go in the way of alternate attacks, but nothing too aggressive from them. I think they like the 1 round they have. They want to keep it.
Either way. Up close here. Sinnopsyy again. Contact play. Trying to work with something, but not a lot offering up. JXX holding for a swing through Divider, but awzek a little bit of an off angle here. Just playing up close. Oh, the timing is brutal. Just as JXX pulls off the angle, awzek swings and finds juanflatroo, but he's going to be traded out by Senori. It's not the end of the world.
Nice shot from pATTaX. Goody as well, looking good. pATTaX stays alive around the corner. Guild Eagles have not been able to answer back at all, really, in this round. Just the AWP. Whoa, what is going on? An absolutely insane fight there. And he's still alive. Good God, 6 HP and a dream. I don't think he really makes it much further than this. Fully spotted out on the push now, so the flank should be able to activate quite easily. They catch him nade in hand. 18-16, 2 to play with this time around, right? A lot more room to maneuver for alternate attacks to pick up the victory. Guild Eagles, survival. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Honestly, and, you know, from what we've seen, basically from kind of the 12-8 scoreline where Guild Eagles on map point, from then onwards, the majority of this game has been alternate attacks. They actually deserve the map from the latter part of this game, but then the start of it was all Guild Eagles. They've, bit by bit, just sort of petered out. Either way, with an opening kill going the way of alternate attacks, they might be about to close it.
Possible. It is definitely possible. Trying any way they can to get back in. juanflatroo, so effective in regulation. A little quieter in the overtime. pATTaX with a push forwards, able to pick up an important kill. Senori gets traded down below. pATTaX knows where to look. It's all on Rigon. Ah, man. It's a nice first frag, but it costs him so much HP. 1 bullet and he's done. And they know that, right? The comm comes in that he's low. pATTaX has even swapped off of the AWP. No funny business. Win out the damn game. Hell or high water. Rigon moving forwards. And I mean, he's going to go straight into a fight with pATTaX here. He's ready for it, but just can't find the shot fast enough. 19-16. Alternate attacks. You have to give them credit. To me, it looked like it was Guild's map, right? They were sat at 11-8, 12-9 at one point. And I figured, okay, this looks good for them. I think they should be able to close it from here. Maybe even look like that going into the overtime initially. They look good in the very...